So let us open the front page of the newspaper, and it is our duty to read business newspapers very carefully. So I'll zoom the newspaper, Financial Express. We all know right now due to Corona, a lot of people are facing problems, financial difficulties are there. Can we read this news? Recovery in Q4 narrows. Financial year 21 GDP declined to 7.3%. This is the horrible, the terrifying graph. You can see it is declining. It is plunged minus 7.3%. Can you see it? Right? During financial year 2019, the growth was 6.5%. In financial year 20, the growth was 4%, still positive. And now in financial year 21, minus 7.3%. Gross domestic product shrank 7.3% 2021, the sharpest drop in recorded history, with the pandemic dealing a body blow to most sectors of the economy. This has been data has been released by National Statistical Office, NSO. NSO is the main office of Government of India to prepare data and present it. What are the other data? Well, worst performers are mining, 5.7%, hotels, transport, etc., minus 2.3%, public administration is positive 2.3%. Best performer is construction, 14% growth, electricity 9.1%, and manufacturing 6.9%. Next news, COVID vaccine. Supreme Court wraps Center for Dual Pricing, seeks policy note. Supreme Court has asked the central government not to adopt dual pricing, and give clear policy perspective. Center asked to produce its policy documents on vaccination. Another news, Kejriwal says Delhi likely to get Sputnik 5 after 20 June. Center's fiscal deficit at 9.2% in financial year. Fiscal deficit, all of fiscal deficit due to continuous tax collection, reduction in tax collection, the fiscal deficit is rising, with its net tax revenue being 6% higher than the revised estimate presented in February. The center managed to narrow its fiscal deficit to 9.2% of the GDP against 9.5% of budget. This was still highest level of deficit of the center since 7.8% reported in financial year 91. The year when economic liberalization was unleashed amidst a balance of payment crisis. Apart from a huge revenue shortfall, stimulus measures to boost economic activities, clearance of arrears to Food Corporation of India and fertilizer companies contributed to surge in central government's fiscal deficit. So, what are the reasons for rise in fiscal deficit? You can write down. These are the reasons: shortfall in revenues, boost to economic activities, then payment by government to Food Corporation of India and to Fertilizer Corporation of India as subsidies. So these are the major reasons for the current deficit, fiscal deficit. Next, safety protocol. High Court asked Tamil Nadu to inspect Renault Nissan plant. You might be knowing Renault Nissan plant is closed in Tamil Nadu. Workers are protesting. They are saying we don't have proper security measures for Corona, etc. So Madras High Court on Monday directed the state government to inspect whether the Chennai factory of Renault Nissan Automotive India Limited had COVID-related safety protocols in place. The court ordered that a senior government officer related to industry safety should carry out inspection. Okay. Next news is Twitter has to comply with new IT rules, says the High Court. Twitter has to comply with the new information technology rules for digital media. If they have not been stayed, the High Court said on Monday. You might be knowing, these Twitter and these social media companies, they did not want it to implement new IT rules because they said it is against the right of privacy. It is against all these things. And further, companies like Twitter, etc., said that our staff is not secure in Delhi. So these are arguments which have not been accepted by the court. Court has asked them that if you have to work in India, you have to follow India's rules and regulations, guidelines. Therefore, now Twitter has to follow all the guidelines. And while Twitter claimed before the court that it had complied with the rules, but now the court has asked them to follow all the rules, and this is a good thing. In fact, what happens that many people open their account on social media and pass on any news. And if it is not properly monitored, then this can create rumor. Therefore, the government has now asked all these companies to, provide the complete data about source of news and passing of the news so that nobody is able to give and create any false rumor. Right. So that's all on this news. Now, what are the other news here? Dr. Reddy in talk with government to bring Russia's Sputnik Light to India. Dr. Reddy Laboratory is in talks with government to bring Russia's Sputnik Light vaccine into the country. Next news, Marquee investors. Let us search Google for understanding the Marquee investor. What is a Marquee? A Marquee asset, referred as flagship asset or crown jewel, is a company's most prized possession. A company with a coveted marquee asset may become a target for a bigger rival or a rival with deep pockets, even if the other assets in the company's portfolio do not amount to much. Right? So marquee means flagship asset or the most important asset. Right? That is called marquee. Okay. And let us look at Investopedia definition, what they say about marquee. Remember, whenever you find any difficult word, consult dictionary. Marquee asset. A marquee asset, also referred as flagship asset, crown asset, we have discussed it. Marquee assets we have discussed. What else can we know about marquee? We wanted actually to know about marquee investors. Okay, do you have marquee investor here? Let us search Investopedia. This is a good online platform, Investopedia, where you can find all business terms. In fact, you should also, whenever you get time, you should start such kind of websites where people can give information on important terms. No, not able to get. Marquee investor, this is here. Yes, what does it mean? We are fortunate that we have Google advantage. What is marquee investor? A string of marquee investors eager to onboard the world's most exciting digital transformation initiative. Jio is only going to get longer over time, says Ajay Bodki, CEO, Chief Portfolio Manager, something like that. So nothing specific word is available. Okay, let's read this news. We will get it. Who will read out the news for me here? कौन पढ़ सकता है ये न्यूज? मुझको ही पढ़ना पड़ेगा, कोई आगे आ नहीं रहा. Anyway, let us read. What is the news? Shares of PNB Housing Finance remained locked at the upper circuit on Monday, with Aditya Puri and Carlyle Group emerging as the key investors in the company. The Mortgage Players Board approved a fundraise of up to 4,000 crores through a preferential allotment of equity and warrants. The issue price of rupees 390 per share implies a discount of 25% to Monday's closing price of 525 per share on BSE, while Carlyle Group firm Pluto Investment has agreed to invest 3,185 crore. Aditya Puri, through his family investment vehicle, Salisbury Investments, will invest 25 crores. The SSG Group and General Atlantic will also participate in the capital raise, with contributions to 400 crores and 390 crore respectively, PNB Housing said. So PNB Housing Finance is having investments by Carlyle Group majorly, Aditya Puri, and by other small players like SSG Group and General Atlantic. They are investing their money. They are called, these investors are called marquee investors. Next, Monday Magic. Sensex market cap tops for 100 lakh crore. Sensex market capitalization tops 100 lakh crore. Market capitalization of Sensex topped 100 lakh crore for the first time, as investors continue to snap up shares despite the fact that many of them are richly valued. Interestingly, over a quarter of Sensex market capitalization is contributed by two companies, Reliance and TCS. At 51,937, Sensex is trading at 21 times of its 12-month forward earnings, which is premium of 18% to its 5-year average. Right, 6 firms contribute half of Sensex market capitalization. Which are the top 6 companies which are contributing 50% of the Sensex market capitalization? These are Reliance, TCS, HDFC Bank, Infosys, and Hindustan Unilever and SDFC. So these 6 companies constitute 50% of total market capitalization of the India stock market Sensex. Fiscal deficit at 9.3% against 9.5%. This is a big news for all of us. And what is the fiscal deficit? Fiscal deficit is 9.3% and revenue deficit is 7.4%. And urban joblessness at almost 18%. Rural rate is almost 10%. So urban joblessness is very high, 18%. Delhivery, a startup. Delhivery is a startup. It raises $275 million. Valuation hits over $3 billion. Its valuation has gone to $3 billion. See, today is the time of startups. People like you should start startup. And you should set up companies. This is the recent company like Delhivery. You can set up this kind of company. So this company has got a valuation of almost $3 billion now. Another news is also on startup. Adar Poonawalla, who is an entrepreneur. He takes control of Magna Fincorp via equity infusion of 3,456 crores. Magma Fincorp is a non-banking finance company. Now this is under the control of Adar Poonawalla. Which is the company of Adar Poonawalla. What is the name of the company? Other Poonawalla, Rising Sun Holidays. This company will now be the holding company of Magma FinCorp. Okay, what is the next news? Okay, let's see the editorial. India Incorporate must contribute to the stimulus. Given bumper profit and cost cuts of 4 lakh crores, it could cut a check for the have-nots. The government must continue to spend even if its balance sheet isn't really in great shape. And revenue targets are somewhat iffy, but India Incorporate can continue to cut costs to save every penny even if profits are at record high. To be sure, government needs to stimulate demand. It is not just big firms. Thousands of small units also need to stay in business. But while calling for a stimulus in a year in which it has slashed expenditure and continue to pay a relatively low rate of tax, the corporate sector could have asked for this to be targeted exclusively at MSME. Indeed, the economy has contracted 7.3% during financial year 21 in what could have been the worst performance in decades, but corporate India will end the year on a high. Even as the earnings season comes to a close, net profit for a sample of 1022 companies have hit 5.45 lakh crore. That's a stupendous 56% increase over the previous year. But the jump in the profit before tax is an even more impressive 61%. Well, the newspaper says that the profit of the companies has rose tremendously, but we all know that this profit is only because of the cost-cutting measures. Welcome back to our class. Sorry, I got disconnected. Yes, let's come back to the news. What are the important news today? The most important thing that we have to today talk about is GDP. The GDP is now reducing at 7.3% per annum. This is the worst performance of GDP. This shows we are in deep recession. Another thing that we are now having is jobless growth. First of all, we don't have growth now, but another important crisis is lack of jobs. There are no jobs. Urban sector is having 18% unemployment rate, very high. Now let us look at Economic Times. What is Economic Times saying? Okay, this is on Marquee Investor. Now we come back to Business Standard. This is the Business Standard of today. What are the news? India must not chase dream of V-shaped recovery in COVID carnage. Okay, India fuel demand plunges in May amidst COVID lockdown, slows data. Next news, Brazil offers global investors unique opportunity. Next news, SBI revises downward India's financial year 22 estimate, growth forecast to 7.9%. Then next news is Moody Investor Services pegs India's GDP growth at 9.3% during financial year 22-20. Means after 1 year, Moody estimates India to grow at 9.3%, provided Corona does not create any problem anymore. This news paper says India's economy is unlikely to see double-digit growth, may grow between 8 and 9% during 2021 and 22, against the estimated 11.5%, according to leading economists and rating agencies. Fine. So this is the most important news of today. that India is going to experience tremendous decline. Okay. Let us come back to financial editorial of Financial Express. First generation startups flying high on fragrance. First generation. What is a first generation entrepreneur? Somebody who is starting business for the first time. If your father is already into business and you start a business, then you are not first generation entrepreneur. You are second generation entrepreneur, because your father was the first generation entrepreneur who started the business. But if your father is in service and you start a business for the first time, then you are a first generation entrepreneur because you are starting the business. The first generation Symbio companies were full stack. They focused on a single application with a large market and sought to vertically integrate. Right? So it is talking about first generation startups, what they do, what is their strategy. It is something useful for those of you who want to become first generation entrepreneurs. In the introductory essay, we shared a summary intellectual history of the newest scientific discipline, synthetic biology. In this article, we look at the three generations of synthetic biology startups and examine how these new companies are heralding a fifth industrial revolution. Biology is technology. Life is code. The genetic code can be quickly read, edited, and written using a variety of tools developed in the last few decades. Using a deep understanding of the genetics, metabolic pathways, and artificial intelligence, synthetic biologists are now able to refactor microbes to make novel molecules needed for truly flexible films for digital displays. Well, this is all about biology. I thought it is about entrepreneurship, but it is more about biology. Okay, so we are not interested in reading more about biology because we are more interested into reading about entrepreneurship. Yes, insurance claiming damages due to cyclone is now easier. With IRDAI calling for speedy settlement of claims, insurers are encouraging policyholders to file claim online. What is IRDAI? IRDAI is Insurance Regulatory Development Agency of India, and it has asked the insurers to encourage online policy settlement. Right? Large huge losses have happened this time because of cyclone. How negotiable certificates of deposits are traded in money market. This is about negotiable instruments. Yes. Apple claims progress in supply chain. No child labor case. Apple company says that in its supply chain, no child labor is working. This is part of the new CSR agenda. Apple, which has come under fire for the behavior of its supplier, reported progress among its manufacturing partners during the tumultuous year of coronavirus pandemic as it released a supply chain responsibility report. Today your company is not only known for your own performance, it is known for your suppliers also. If your suppliers are using child labor, your company will be blacklisted, right? What is the next news? Bull run. Nifty scales to new peak. Sensex 515 points. Nifty has crossed 15,000 marks, 15,500 marks. Sensex is almost 52,000. And look at Reliance. Intraday of Reliance has reached 2,160 rupees. And rupee has reached 72.62. Euro strengthened against the dollar. And okay. SEBI slaps 12 crore fine on Winsome Yarns firm's managing director. SEBI has slapped a penalty of 12 crore rupees. Well, you should be prepared that you have to follow all the laws properly. Otherwise, if you have slight delay or slight mistake, then SEBI can put fine on you when you are managing director. Aditya Birla Sun Life AMC multi-cap fund garners over 1,900 crore rupees. Garner means to collect karna, to collect, to get. Well, no further news. That's all. Financial Express. Let's close it. In Economic Times, what do we have? Nothing special. Well, in Business Standard, the news says Delhi unlocks, manufacturers and retailers face severe roadblocks. COVID impact India's economy unlikely to see double-digit growth. Carlyle Group to acquire stake in PNB Housing Finance. Recovery gains strength. GDP grows 1.6% in Q6. 4 shrinks to 7.3% in financial year 21. Overall impact of second COVID wave on economy not likely to be large. Banks shouldn't cite April 2018 circular for denying crypto services. So these are the most important news. Based on this news analysis, what is your overall opinion about today's news? Can any one of you summarize what did we discuss today? Based on whatever we have discussed today, can any one of you summarize? क्या आप में से कोई summary कह सकता है कि आज की क्या news है? Well, I'll just try to summarize again the most important news that we have discussed. We have to understand that due to COVID-19, there is pandemic, unemployment, economy is falling like anything, 7.3%. It's a minus 7.3%, very difficult situation. People are saying that in future, economy will grow at 9% or 10%, doesn't matter. We do not know the future. The present is very terrible condition, and we all should behave now very responsibly. We all should contribute towards recovery of our economy. Everything will depend upon the psychology of people, psychology of the companies. And that is the most important news. All other news are just secondary news. The most important news is this only, that is Corona and its impact on the economy. Yes, anyone, any views that you want to share, you are welcome. Any technical term that you are not able to find, please tell me, we can discuss that. Thank you all. You all can leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You all can leave.